I wiggled my toes into the shaggy carpet of colorful concentric circles, mostly so I could keep listening and not interrupt my partner. I'd kicked off my shoes because we were still meeting as the spring sunset glowed through our office window. This huge project was nearing submission after months of work, and Dana was doing what she does best: details. I was about to lose my mind. Detail Dana, her self chosen moniker, thrived at checklists and spreadsheets and confirming standard 3.2.1a documentation actually lived in the folder labeled standard 3.21a. Dana could not have been more engaged and more excited in that moment. Me? I'm at my best brainstorming at a whiteboard, option producing, developing, editing, and dreaming of new possibilities and how we could make it happen. During this final review, I was flirting with disengagement, working to keep my focus through the tactile tricks with my toes. It's it's easy to wave a hand and say, "But that's just part of your job. You just have to do it." Yes. And I wanted to do a great job. I was committed to the project's success, and so I stuck it out. The moment we click submit, I felt lighter but utterly drained. Dana was giddy with excitement, like flitting around our office, gathering her things and chattering with enthusiasm. These disparate levels of energy required from Dana and me in that moment showcase why employee engagement is far deeper than simply doing meaningful work or having great skills. Last week, we talked about how high employee engagement improves productivity, increases profits, and brings back the joy to work with the 5 engagement skills you need as a leader. To increase your success, use the Enneagram. Now, if you're new to the Enneagram, it's a personality framework that shows you the deep motivations that impact every thought, emotion, and action. And since employee engagement is impacted by motivation, the Enneagram is your not so secret advantage for creating higher employee engagement and creating a positive workplace culture. You and your team, each one of you, are whole people living whole lives, bringing personality to every meeting, conversation, and task. This makes the Enneagram a powerful tool for engagement work because the best engagement solutions are highly personalized. Personality motivations are far more effective for individualized work than groups such as rising leaders or women. We could detail how the Enneagram impacts those 5 engagement skills of emotional regulation, communication, conflict resolution, boundaries, and decision making. But that's a lot for one post. So you'll have to bring me in to work with your team or wait for the book. So today, let's focus on what actions motivate high levels of engagement from each Enneagram type. So if you're new to the Enneagram, they are labeled by numbers 1 through 9, and we are going to start with the 8s, and then we'll go around the circle. 8s want to make an impact, tap into their strength, and be transparent about details. 9s want to work in harmony with others. So recognize their perspective and build their connections. 1s want to improve themselves and the work, commend their accuracy, and demonstrate shared responsibility. 2s want strong relationships, acknowledge their generosity, and recognize how they support the team. 3s want to succeed, create clear goals, and remind them that rest is not failure. 4s want to make a unique contribution. So recognize their value and authenticity in their work. 5s want to demonstrate competency, allow them independence, and welcome the knowledge that they bring. 6s want loyalty, value their troubleshooting and questions, encourage them in their own abilities. 7s want options and flexibility, welcome the brainstorming, and provide open-ended ways to achieve the goal. So back to our office for a second with Dana and me that spring evening. Dana, an Enneagram 1, loved the accuracy checking part of this project. Also, she was more engaged because I was sharing the responsibility with her. Months earlier in the summer, she stayed with my Enneagram 7 self brainstorming sessions, encouraging my creativity before we narrowed on a course of action. Honoring what motivated each of us helped us stay engaged with our work throughout the entire process. Most of the time, we worked in what Gay Hendricks calls zones of genius. It's as if we banked the engagement for the few times we needed to operate outside of our natural gifts. What motivates you may demotivate and discourage others. That's why understanding the personalities of your team changes your approach to not only those 5 skills, but to actually increasing engagement, from creating agreements and responsibilities all the way to timelines and tasks. So here's what I want you to do now, because this can feel overwhelming. How do you fit this in with client meetings and timesheet review and planning for Q2? So let's talk about it. Get some time on my calendar for a spark call. During this quick 15-minute call, we'll work together. We're going to see what's working for you and what isn't, for you as an individual and or your team. And we'll uncover what's the most pressing problem that is holding you back. And then we'll work together to identify the next best step for you. When you use the Enneagram motivations to inform your engagement skills, emotional intelligence, communication, conflict resolution, boundaries, and decision making, you and your team create a workplace that has far more than high engagement. You've got more joy.